My plant-based journey is full of ups and downs, twists and turns. Because of my experiences, I am someone that believes that you can transform your life for the better by transforming your diet. Eating a plant-based diet improves the health of your gut so you're better able to absorb the nutrients from food that support your immune system and reduce inflammation. A plant-based diet means eating more whole foods and plants, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Plant foods have less saturated fat and usually fewer calories. This means you can eat a lot more. You also get more of those good for you vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and fiber, many of which are nutrients we typically fall short on. Stay to the end of this video and let me know, have you tried these plant-based meals? For some, a plant-based diet excludes all animal products, known as a vegan diet. For others, it's just about choosing more foods from plant sources than from animal sources. Technically, I am vegan and have been for a while. I like to eat intuitively and I like to balance the harmony within my body. Hello YouTube and welcome to my kitchen. Also, welcome to our channel. My name is Tyra and I'm going to be sharing with you my plant-based journey, how I got to this point, and a little peek into meals that I'm making and what I'm eating on a day-to-day basis, how I structure my diet throughout the week. The kitchen is not only where we share warm, full plates, but the warmth of good memories, laughter, and dancing. If you could slide back. I love the challenge of creating a new dish. I also love sharing savory stories over the dinner table or simply singing songs with my sister while preparing the meal. Let's do what we wanted. All that we knew is that we cared. And all we wanted was a moment. And when I walked away, I left footsteps in the mud so you could follow me. And I walked away. I left footsteps in the mud so you could follow me. You're so bad at holding water. Slips right through your fingers. We both end up drowning. He would hit the ground and then the path would wash away. Wash away. I'm trying to live off a peace of mind. A peace of mind that I can't get right. Can't get right. Off a peace of mind. A peace of mind. My heart's on my side. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life with his words. Killing me softly with his song. Strumming my pain with his fingers. Yes, he was singing my life with his words. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life with his words. Killing me softly. I made sure to be extremely detailed with this video and break it down into the important bits. I like to add new things, especially with seasonal shifts, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. That would be amazing. Like this video. If you ever wondered why someone like me would go vegan or plant-based, in this video I will share my plant-based journey and also include a realistic look into what I eat. I also wanted to include this disclaimer. It is important to remember that our bodies are very unique and have different needs. So that means that our diets will vary from person to person. I would suggest consulting with a professional, which I am not. That way you can meet your specific needs. I am also very active in my personal life. Fitness is essential to my well-being. I also want to stress to drink a lot of water and stay hydrated as possible. Drink water not only daily but often within the day. Symptoms such as fatigue, difficulty in concentrating, irritation, and excessive hunger can actually be symptoms of dehydration. So carry around your water bottle. I'm always that annoying person that stops in places and asks for water. Just from personal experience, having a good intention when making any changes in your diet is really important. So make sure that they're not stemming from fear, inadequacy, insecurity. Make sure you're coming from a place of love. You want to love yourself into certain changes. And specifically, my changes came from a need to improve my health. It is so important to really nurture and mother yourself through the foods that you make. What you digest on a daily basis is a reflection of how you feel about yourself and how you take care of yourself. So that doesn't just apply to food. Obviously, YouTube is a big influence on why I chose to be plant-based or vegan growing up. One of my good friends was vegetarian, so I knew that there were people who didn't consume meat. I never saw myself doing that or becoming someone who was meatless in my youth. I remember going to school and I never wanted to consume the chicken tenders that everyone loved, some of the meats that everybody loved. I also found myself being very sensitive to certain foods. I wouldn't say that my family was too health conscious. I really loved eating like fried chicken and ribs or burgers. So I was not always plant-based. I was definitely a carnivore at a certain point in life. But I found myself being very picky around food. Even vegetables kind of weirded me out. Very sensitive to certain types of foods, and I never understood why. As I was transitioning into college, I had more of a focus on food, especially because I was feeding myself. We had a dining hall. Our dining hall had such a good variety of food, so I wasn't really paying attention to like portion sizes, but I was on a dance team at that time, so our coach was very adamant about us eating healthy, and there was a lot of conversation around what we looked like. Also, I didn't necessarily have the best experience with like my body love in childhood. I was definitely shamed at certain points in my youth for rapidly gaining weight and rapidly lose weight. Before I went to college, I had come down with strep. I used to get strep a lot, especially in the summertime for some reason, like when the seasons change over. Have you ever noticed like when the seasons are changing, you come down with like a cold or stuffy nose or things like that? I remember one year my mom's best friend took me to the doctor, our family doctor at the time, and he was feeling my tonsils, and he was like, 1, you can get these removed, which I never did, and 2, your thyroid gland is extremely inflamed and enlarged. Now, as an adult, I know that's my throat chakra, and I definitely had issues with communication, shyness, things like that. So come to find out, I had hypothyroidism, which was the reason for my rapid weight gain and weight loss, also my depression, and I would get really tired really fast. My hormones were not balanced. Going into college, I was now in control of how much I was eating and learning boundaries with that, and then also with our coach, who was very persistent about talking about our bodies and what we look like and posture, and we worked out very rigorously. And I was used to working out for dance and things like that, but again, like I said, with my thyroid condition, I was just very tired all the time, and I didn't really know how to eat healthy. I was very confused on what was healthy, what wasn't. Especially in childhood, we ate what we could, what we had. Fast food, a lot of rice, a lot of fried things, baked things, or store-bought processed foods. And my mom was doing her best. Of course, your family always has like a tradition, meals that you normally make. And later on, when my mom was in school, she tried to get us to eat more fruits and vegetables and things like that, but I think we were so put off to it by that point. We were like very picky. College, I had access to food like pretty much round the clock, and I was working out on top of that, feeling very sluggish, very lazy, very tired. Still dealing with like my thyroid condition. I wouldn't really take my medicine because I didn't really see it as useful or helpful. Even if it was, I didn't necessarily feel that it was. I started caring a little bit in college, even though I still had some habits deeply ingrained into me, like cereal at night, pizza all the time. Not to say that those foods are necessarily bad. I think I just didn't have a healthy moderation or balance. I leave college, I moved to New York. The summer before I was leaving to New York, I started fasting a lot. I was going through a breakup, and so I was fasting a lot, mostly because I was really sad, and that really changed my physical. I lost like a lot of the weight that I gained in college. I was working a lot because I wanted to move. I was drinking a lot as well, ready to start on a new journey. So that was bringing this new vibe into my life. Kind of started to learn what spiritual fasting was, even though it started and began with a very like toxic mindset. Intentional fasting. I also got into a relationship in that same summer where I was with someone who definitely had an eating disorder and had mental health issues as well. It kind of paired to what I was dealing with. I started feeling more inspired to learn more about veganism. I didn't necessarily see myself becoming a complete vegan at that point, but I was just interested in learning more. When you're moving around, even traveling a lot, or just having a busy lifestyle, it can really support, not eating. That partner was also interested in becoming a vegan, and then I met someone at my work who was vegan, and she gave me some tips. I also started learning more about Dr. Sebi and his work, so that was really helpful and inspiring, and I felt like I was having another awakening. They would talk to me about their time that they would spend fasting or being vegan. Got into a dance school while I was there, and I wanted to start taking my health a lot more seriously. I was taking ballet every day, every morning at 7 a.m. So being in a leotard in the morning and you spend the rest of your day in a leotard and tights, you do become a little bit obsessive with the little quirks about your body, even if you have a little bit of something. I wasn't very strong because I had been doing all this fasting, and I definitely needed to build up a lot more muscle mass. And at that same time, I was now on this Sebi diet, so I lost a ton of weight. I was just like 1/4 of myself, and obviously the relationship, like I said, that I was in definitely supported not really eating as much. Started feeling like I can't maintain this because the Sebi diet was so strict on what you could and couldn't eat. I was using it to kind of punish myself and also judge other people. I talked to my friend that was vegan, and she told me a story. And she was saying how one time she went to a restaurant and they accidentally put meat in her food, and instead of being wasteful and having them return it to the kitchen and it be tossed into the garbage, she just enjoyed the meal and did that with gratitude. So it reminded me like not to be wasteful and not to be judgmental and not to eat out of self-sabotage. So I started to incorporate other things back into my diet, trying to constrict myself to only those foods. It would support not eating through lunch or not eating breakfast in the morning, or fasting when I didn't need to. When my sister moved in with me, she was definitely way more open to trying new things, which was great, just generally. And so we started trying more foods and trying more restaurants, vegan restaurants. So I would eat somewhere and I would try to go home and mimic some of the foods that I was trying, adding more vegetables and fruits to different dishes that I normally wouldn't add. So that kind of inspired this challenge, I guess, to explore and push myself outside my comfort zone. I would say now I'm at a place where I've slowed down a lot. My lifestyle has been a lot slower, and it's taught me to be way more conscious with how I live. And so that makes me pay way more attention to when I'm hungry or when I want to do a fast, or if I need to have a juice or a smoothie in the morning versus a full meal in the morning, balancing out my week. I don't necessarily feel like I have to plan out my diet, because I trust myself. Like, I trust that I've kept a balanced routine for myself throughout the week and know that I'm incorporating enough fruits and vegetables to sustain my energy levels and also to maintain my desired aesthetic look, which I do feel is important. I think sometimes when we
put on, especially emotional weight. I think it stems from like repression of emotions or unexplored traumas. My lifestyle supports my happiness. The people and community I have around me supports my happiness. We don't want to restrict. It just sets you backwards. If you want to have your desserts and you want your sweets, moderation is important in balancing that out with other things. Spiritual fasting is included in that, and always being intentional and not coming from that place of self-sabotage. And really learn as much as you can. It makes eating more enjoyable when you know how something benefits you, especially if it's like having a healthy functioning thyroid, or knowing that you're allergic to X, Y, and Z things like I am, which I didn't find out until I had moved to New York and saw an endocrinologist. I did an allergy test, and that's why I was so sensitive in my youth to certain things. Like I remember this one time I had consumed this meal that was not vegan. It clearly wasn't for me, and I remember just having really bad digestive issues. I spent an entire day in the hospital. No one could figure out what was wrong with me, but clearly I was just consuming things that were not supportive to me as an individual. So really knowing what is going to be supportive to you is important. We're definitely into juices like pomegranate juice. We really love the brand Suja. Sponsor us. Also, if you're trying to change your diet, it is important to keep around people who are like-minded, that encourage you versus come from a place of fear, especially because a lot of times people project their fears and their limits and their own insecurities onto you. Really educate yourself, especially about like vegan proteins. The alkaline diet is helpful to understand, really making your gut happy. The gut is a brain. The gut is also a brain. We don't just think with our brain, we think with our guts. Probiotics, researching your different herbs. Balance is key. Balance is definitely key. So happy eating. Hope that my story is insightful. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Comment down below. Let me know your story, how your healing journey has unfolded.
I do cook often. I know that not everyone will have time to prepare a meal on a daily basis, but it really is your best bet. You have control over the ingredients. You can make sure that they're fresh, whole foods, especially as someone who found out later on in life that they had allergies. I think more people are sensitive to things than we allow ourselves to realize, and we will displace the cause and not really deal with the effect in a way that is helpful. My diet is so specific to my needs. My sister is gluten-free, so we tend to eat gluten-free, soy-free, obviously dairy-free, meat-free, all meats, and even seafood free. If I'm craving something, I do not restrict. I'm not someone who restricts, but if it's going to harm me and cause a physical negative reaction, then obviously I will have to decline. It's really nice to have control over that because I am the one creating the meal. Living in a city like LA where there are so many vegan options, allergen conscious places to consume food, it's really nice and very helpful. The realistic breakfast for me throughout the week looks like this. In the morning, I like to begin my day with herbs. Most mornings I have a smoothie, but this time frame I was making frozen matcha drinks a lot and incorporating ashwagandha, sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock root. It is important to me that everything is organic. Ashwagandha is an extremely powerful herb known as ginseng, which is known to eliminate accumulated toxins from the body. If I'm on the go, I will pick up something like a Suja that is quick and easy. If we're at home, Sharon is the best and she loves to make us smoothies. Her smoothies are amazing. Most mornings, I will have a simple bowl of oatmeal with fruit. Finding store-bought waffles that are allergen conscious isn't easy, but there is a kids brand that we enjoy and it meets our needs. They are great with eggless scramble and some fruit. French toast is a great substitute for waffles. Again, this morning I am adding herbs to my frozen matcha drink. Burdock root cleanses the blood, lowers blood pressure, and fights infection. Matcha contains caffeine and antioxidants. I also add chlorophyll, which detoxes the body, strengthens the immune system, and boosts energy, among other things. Ginseng recharges and boosts the immune system by flushing out toxins. I love Irish sea moss for healthy thyroid function, digestion, and immune system support. Bladderwrack reduces inflammation and also supports the thyroid. For the French toast and eggs, I use Trader Joe's Simply Eggless. I add chickpea flour, seasonings, and nutritional yeast. You could also add hemp seeds, as I did with this egg and cheese bread omelet. Perfectly paired with avo toast. This is a brunch go-to. Avo toast is that girl, especially for lunch. We adore honeydew melon, and it's usually a before or after gym snack. Not pictured, sometimes we'll have an avocado sushi roll or simply some dates filled with tahini butter or cashew butter. Fitness is essential to my health and really motivates me to eat to fuel. When I'm on the go, I always pack this Trader Joe's salad that I feel has everything I want and need while tasting savory and delicious. Honeydew melon is hydrating, high in vitamin C, and it speeds up muscle healing. Now, this chickpea, kale, and red rice salad has kale and avocado dressing, among other things. It makes me feel super energized immediately afterwards and tastes great. Kale is a good source of plant-based calcium, needed for strong bones and teeth. Kale is also a good source of vitamin K, which studies suggest works with vitamin D to support healthy bone metabolism. This red rice packet inside is easy to pour. Red rice is anti-aging, lowers blood pressure, prevents diabetes, improves vision, and reduces cancer cells. I can't remember why Shred and I did not eat together this day, but I assure you she ate and she had something to fill her up either before or after. We love cis chickpea in this family. Chickpeas have B6, which can improve anxiety or depression. They are high in many nutrient and protein and can help eliminate toxins in the body. Mix and enjoy. We really love our grains and our veggie bowls. Here are some of the bowls that we've been enjoying over the last few months. For new plant-based eaters, meat substitutes can be helpful. Here I have baby broccoli, chickpea, quinoa, brown rice, zucchini, and baked artichokes. Sometimes we have a simple salad. Here we have riced hearts of palm, peppers, baked cauliflower, mushroom, and mashed potatoes. We try to change it up. Here we added cheesy green beans. If you need a small snack, baking some veggies for a salad or even without greens can be easy but delicious. We really love our pasta in this kitchen. It's important to explore the different types of pastas. You can get chickpea pasta, lentil pasta, millet, and buckwheat, all different types of pasta noodles, so you don't just have to get wheat noodle. Here are some of our noodle dishes that we've been enjoying. Trader Joe's vegan bolognese is that pie served with zucchini and garlic bread. These are quinoa and brown rice noodles. Love a good stir fry with vegetables and veggie pot stickers. Here I've added chickpea tofu, which is one of our favorites. Dancing is required for the food to taste good. Here I used rice noodles instead of wheat noodles, which are gluten-free. This Trader Joe's kale pesto pasta paired with their vegan feta cheese is lovely and quick. Here we used quinoa and brown rice noodles as well. This pesto roll-up recipe from Pinterest I tried with brown rice lasagna noodles, vegan parm, ricotta, and alfredo. It was pretty good. This is a red lentil noodle cashew alfredo dish. Lentils are loaded with iron and potassium. Lentil pasta is rich in fiber. Here are some of my favorite savory dinners. A classic grilled cheese on gluten-free bread, Trader Joe's cashew cheddar cheese slices, a baked veggie dish. Artichokes are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and other other nutrients. They are great for your health, including your heart health and digestion. We love Sister Soup, pairing it with these almond flour thyme drop biscuits. I like switching it up and using different noodles or veggies depending on how I feel. Simple, warm, and healthy. Curry is great paired with quinoa. Curry powder may boost brain function and digestive health. These are orange chickenless Brussels, ladies and gents. I add nori and sesame seeds. A good side for chickpea fried rice. Portobello mushroom tenders are so satisfying. You could also use oyster mushrooms. I really love mushrooms and find myself very fascinated by their benefits. I always use grapeseed oil when frying. I also made Alfredo chickpea/lentil noodle bake this night. You can see that we love baby broccoli and zucchini. Feel free to switch up your sides. You could always add kale to this bake as well. I love adding kale to random dishes. I love making my own pizzas. I'm using Trader Joe's crust and adding feta, artichokes, pepper, kale, alternating between red and white sauce. Lately, we've been pretty obsessed with making these fritters. They look like pancakes. Same thing as a soup. I usually just add whatever I have on hand. Lots of zucchini, jackfruit, sometimes artichokes, chickpeas, sometimes onions, kale, and even carrot. Very delicious. You can really add anything. Also, they're held together with chickpea flour, and I add some seasonings and some secret sauce. We try to balance our savory dishes with our veggie bowls throughout the week. These are some dill pickle falafels that I tried from Trader Joe's.
And of course, I couldn't forget about dessert.
Plant-based, gluten-free, vegan chocolate chip cookies, no soy. Chocolate-covered strawberries. Yes, they're amazing. This is a Just Desserts vegan midnight chocolate cupcake that I like to pick up. Don't forget to treat yourself, to honor yourself, to love yourself, and enjoy everything that you do in life, not just with food, but with everything that you do.
Again, I am Tyra Bell. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that my story resonated, and I hope you found some dinners that you want to try. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye. It's not that I want you.